Well, g'day, I'm back again. Yeah, had a drink of water and a look around and soaked up a bit of sun. Now, where was I up to? The Kiwi-Tahi. We moved to Kiwi-Tahi, which is a little place down the road from Kirioni, and I went to school there. Dad managed a farm for a bloke. He's an old army bloke, and he used to drive around the farm on an army jeep. Oh, he was a grumpy bugger. Yeah. I galloped my horse through the paddocks once, and he reckoned it scared all the sheep, and he growled at me. God. I remember Dad milking the cow. He used to have a milk cow for our milk, and he'd milk the cow in the morning, and the bloody cow often put its foot in the bucket, and oh, jeez. He'd milk it outside, you know. Yeah. Kiwi-Tahi school was the first time I had a fist fight. Oh, Jesus, was it a goodie. Me and Miss Bloke had a real ding-dong go. Fists, blood and the whole lot. Yeah. Hardened me up, I did. Marbles was the craze at the time. All the kids played marbles. We played marbles. We played Wallsies and Holesies. I won't explain what they are, but you played for keeps. If you won, you kept the other bloke's marble. They had a swimming pool at Kiwi-Tahi, I know that. It was quite a good little swimming pool. One of the things they had was cocoa in the shelter shed. In the morning, cold morning, frosty morning, they'd boil up the copper and make cocoa for all the kids. All us kids had cocoa. We had our own cup, a mug. My sister Janine, she married Reg Turner there. We had, that was the wedding. We had the wedding at Kiwi-Tahi where my older sister Janine married Reg. I had another sister called Heather. And one day I was getting ready to go to school. We were both getting ready to go to school. She was a bit younger than me. And I went into the lounge. And she was lying in the lounge. And she was crying. And she was frothing at the mouth. She was kicking. And I thought she was dying. And I called her Mum. Mum come in. And tried to, reckon she might have been swallowing her tongue, and they tried to get her tongue out of her mouth and all sorts of things. She was having an epileptic fit, and I'd never seen an epileptic fit before. The girl was only 11 years old. And she was having this fit. God, I got scared. Poor Heather, she never really got out of it either. She died at an early age. Anyway, then it was off to Morrinsville College. I went to Morrinsville College. And the first week there, I thought I was in the bloody army. Because they gave us a 303 rifle. And we had to walk round and round the playground with this 303 rifle over our shoulder. Yeah, God, it was like an army camp. Another funny thing that happened to me too. We used to have a cap, the cap on the forehead, and you'd fold the cap up. You'd fold the cap up and you put it in your back pocket, right? Not in your back pocket, but in your back belt, under your belt. Well, the first day I went to college, I got all dressed up and I was looking at myself in the mirror and I thought I was looking pretty good. And then I went to the toilet. When I took my pants down, the bloody cap fell in the toilet. Ah, Jesus, and I had this wet hat I had to take to school. A lot of things happened at that Morrinsville College. I met a girl called Judy Crichton. She was my first girlfriend. I took her to the school ball. I used to bike in on a Friday night on a push bike to see her at the pictures. We'd go to the pictures together. And I remember once, I was sitting in the pictures, we'd sit up the back, right up the back, and I'd put my arm around her, you see. And Mum and Dad came in. I didn't know they were coming to the pictures, and they sat down in the front, and they looked up and they saw me up there with my arm around this girl, you see. And they told me after they knew it was me, because they saw my shiny medals on my coat, because I had this King Country medals for rugby, and they recognised me, and so I got caught cuddling the girl in the back of the pictures. Now, Pukahina farm manager. Yeah, Dad went to manage a farm at Pukahina. And that was in the Bay of Plenty. And I went to the Puki High School. The headmaster at the time was Lionel Litt. And the first thing I noticed when I went to that high school was, where have all the white kids gone? They all seemed to be Maoris. I'd never seen so many Maoris. Because moving from the Waikato into Bay of Plenty, agriculture was my passion. They started an agriculture course when I was there because there wasn't one. But because I was an agriculture course at Morrinsville College, they started one in Te Puke, and I was in the first class, agriculture class. I was a pretty good athlete. I run second in the cross-country run. I actually didn't run second. I ran second dead heated. I dead heated with the Maori boy. Now, we've had an argument ever since who won. But I reckon I won. But he reckoned he won. But anyway, it was a great race. I played first 15 for the rugby for Te Puke High School. And I remember some of the boys' names. I was just jotting them down there before. Don Wills, Barry Nartaki, Eru Gray, Clem Tapsell, George Rowlands, Bruce Allport, Richard Carpenter, and Brian Donovan. They're just a few names that I remember who played for the first 15 at Te Puke High School. George McLaughlin was the science teacher and the phys ed teacher, and he was also the coach of the first 15. Boy, could he strap. They give you hiding. If you played up, in those days you got the strap. You held out your hand, and they had this big leather strap, and they hit you with the strap. Jack Kemming was our ag teacher, and boy, could Jack hit. Oh man, you got the strap from Jack. Metalwork teacher, he was good too. And now, but that was in the third form. When you got up into the fourth and fifth form, if you played up, you didn't get the strap, you got the cane. Now the cane is a piece of wood, bendy wood, cane you get out of the bush, and that hit you with this. You had to bend over, and that hit you on the backside. Sometimes it hit you on the legs if they missed. But we had a metalwork teacher there. I can't remember his name, but he was a hard case. Well, when it wasn't a hard case, he was a silly bugger, really. Because we used to play up something terrible in the classroom, make a hell of a lot of noise, throw chalk at him, do those sorts of things. And of course, he couldn't cane very hard. And he'd always get us out the front trying to cane us, and we'd all laugh. Ah, poor bugger. I feel sorry for him now, but at the time, we all thought it was quite funny. I'm going to tell you about I saw a sheep. We were on this farm, and Dad went away for lunch, and I thought, I'll shear a sheep. Dad had been shearing sheep. Well, I saw this bloody sheep. It was a red one. When I finished, it was a red one, because I cut both its ears, and of course, when you cut a sheep's ears, they bleed like hell. But anyway, I got it done, red sheep. Had a brother named Kevin, and I had him on one day. We were sitting around, we dug a post hole, and there was some dirt there, and there was a worm in it. And Kevin said, "What's that?" I said, "That's a worm." "What do you do with them?" I said, "You eat them." And I got hold of the worm, and I held it up, and I opened my mouth and made out I dropped it in my mouth, but I didn't. I just dropped it down the side of my face. "Oh," he said. So he picked it up. He picked another one up, and he started eating the thing. Oh, cruel to do that to your little brother. But anyway, what you give out, you always get back. Dad gave me an earful. And it was too. Dad had a habit of, spitting. He would spit anywhere. So anyway, one day we were drafting the sheep, and I was in the drafting race, and Dad had this big spit in his mouth, and he spat it, and it was a bit windy, and the wind caught it, and it landed in my ear, and I got an earful. And he laughed. He's still laughing for it. Oh dear. Great days. Fantastic days. I'll come back and I'll tell you a bit more about them in a minute. I'm just going to have another break now, okay?